Good morning. How is everybody doing this morning? Whew, I am I am tired and I have a headache. Yeah, it's one of those mornings over here. Um, my hair isn't entirely dry yet. I woke up really late and then I had a headache. Well, I woke up regular, um, but then I just kind of stayed in bed for a while because I wasn't feeling good. And then I took a shower and I haven't really. My hair's a little wet still. You know, we're all human. We all have those days, right? So, yeah. See? Are you yawning too? I'm sorry. But look, I got my shirt. I love it. I'm very, very happy with this. So, we're going to be talking about my Dashery Tea Public Store, and I am going to I have more designs I want to add to my store, so I thought chatting with you guys about them would be fun. So we will look at those other designs that I have that I need to upload into into my store and make some, put some products together for. And I would love to know what all of you are working on. I can show you the progress on my spa set, which is in this bag back here. Obviously, the spa set, the Finish It February progress on getting my studio cleaned and organized is, well, it is going. It really is going. Just not the parts that you can see on this camera. I am. I'm looking over here and I'm like, yeah, I got that stuff organized. I got that stuff organized. Like I have a nice little calendar over there, which is nice. I actually you can't see the calendar back here. You can see the dates, but not the picture. It's excuse me, it's the Beatles. But yeah, so my Finish It February, the main thing I've worked on so far is just working on getting that spa set done. I would love to know what all of you are working on. Monica loves my shirt. Thank you. We will look at like I said, we'll look at the Dashery store. And I have other ideas for merch for you guys. So I'm going to show you I have them all on Canva. So I'll show those all to you because everything is, I'm not using AI for any of that, obviously. Well, I guess, I don't know. If you know me, it's obviously. I'm not using AI for any of it. And like the actual like images are, aside from one of the shirts, all the images are pictures are drawn by my daughter. The other one there's one that I have some images. One of the designs I have some images drawn by a friend's daughter who I had make me some images quite a few years ago. Back, I guess it was like 5-6 years ago. That's not quite a few, I guess. When you're my age, 5 or 6 years isn't quite a few, but when you're her age, it is. She was in high school at the time. She was. It was like her final senior project. I had her do some images for me, which was fun. So why don't we go ahead and, well, people are getting here. I'll pop over. I'll show you the Dashery store, and then we'll pop over to my Canva, and you guys can give me some input on merch designs you would like to see or whatever. And also, at any point, go ahead, let me know in the chat what you are working on for your Finish It February, if you are participating in Finish It February. And if you're like, it's Finish in February, I didn't know that, I just made it up. Well, I made it up not just now, but at the beginning of the month. I'm having a Finish It February, and I'm inviting all of you to join my Finish It February because I have a lot to do. So, and first I will show you some of my Finish It February progress. So, let me see here. I'm all packed up. I tend to keep it in here because I've been going back and forth. I went to a Super Bowl party on Sunday, and then on Monday I went to Edge, New Jersey, which is our little Pride Center. And my son and I go there every Monday. I'm going to start teaching some classes and stuff there too. So if you live in the northern, I should have put something in here to hold this. I'll grab another stitch marker. If you live in the northern New Jersey area, that is a knit stitch marker. I need a open and closing stitch marker, which I'm sure I have about 1 million of hiding right underneath here. Brain fried. Oh, if you live in the northern New Jersey area, then Edge, New Jersey is a great, it's a Pride center in, not Poughkeepsie, but it starts with a P. Poughkeepsie is in New York, I think. I can't think. Paramus, Patton, no, I don't know. It's in northern New Jersey. I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, I was there on Monday, and so this is all still packed up. I worked on it yesterday too, but I left it all packed up because I've been traveling a lot. So this is the here. Let me show you. Oh, I left, of course, my pattern thing is upstairs, but this is going to be one of those hair wraps for when you come out of the shower and you want to wrap your hair up, since this is going to be a spa set, right? So again, I'm using that broken rib stitch pattern here, which it's crochet. The broken rib stitch pattern is actually a knit stitch pattern, and I just came up with a way to do it in crochet. I wouldn't be surprised if other people have come up with a way to do it in crochet as well, and I also wouldn't be surprised if they came up with the exact same idea as me, because it was kind of obvious once I started thinking about it. So this is my broken rib stitch pattern, and you can see here is what will be the end of the like when you put it on and you wrap it over your head, and that will be closed up, and then you twist this and wrap it around and stick it on the back. It looks really funny right now because it's not done yet, but it is the little bath, after your shower, bath, whatever, hair wrap. And you can see I just keep getting smaller and smaller as I get up towards the front. And then probably right around here-ish, where I have this markers, I'll bring this part up as well too, so it doesn't have like a point right here. I'll round the front out a little bit too. I'm using a purchased one I have that I just left upstairs as kind of my size and shape pattern. So that, I've made some pretty good progress on that. I'm very happy because it is taking a while. And that's the main knit or crochet progress that I've made so far this month. You saw last week, if you were here, some of the bookmaking items I've made. And then another one of my big Finish It February projects is doing the grand opening for my Dashery store. So it's open right now, and I'll show you that in a minute, and the link is in the description of the YouTube video here. But here is one of the products that I have on there right now. My yarn is organized. See, it's organized. It's protesting. Oh, hello, Monique. Oh, you're driving today. Okay. Make sure. Good. Glad you are paying attention to the road and not spending a lot of time typing. I know you're here, and that is good enough for me. You do not need to type in a whole bunch of stuff if you are driving. Please do not. I know you talk to text, but still. So where is my share screen button? Here it is. We will take a look at some of the other things that I have in my Finish It February for. Well, first we'll go pop on over. This is the Dashery store. The link is in the description of the video. So here are some things you can buy from the Dashery store. It's right now, the only thing on there are the two images. The My Yarn is Organized, which you see, which I'm wearing right now. And a lot of the apparel items, there are multiple colors you can choose. A lot of the non-apparel items, I had to do one color for the background, and that is it. So things I would like to know is like, oh, I would love a pillow with a color with like this color or that color or whatever. And I choose the color. The way you put in the colors on here is with the hex code, that six digit number letter combination. So, if there's a specific hex code you would like a tote with XYZ design and this color, let me know. I mean, it might be something that I'll keep in the shop, or it might be something that I just like because all I have to do is let it know this is the background color I want, and it pops up on the screen, and then when you order it, they make it in that color. So it's something where like somebody else runs it, somebody else, like it's Dashery TeePublic. It's a company that I can make the designs for these various products, but they make the products and ship them to you, and I just get a certain amount for each item. So, but it's actually a very reasonable amount. It's more than I thought it would be for something like this. So that is really cool. I'm happy with it, and I love that you guys can have merch this way. So I have lots of my yarn is organized, and then the shit yarnists say it's labeled as not for kids, and I don't think that really counts as does that really count as a swear? I don't know. I've heard a lot worse on YouTube content that wasn't listed as restricted. So anyway, so you can the yarnists say stuff. I do need to change some of the background colors just so that there's more options. But you can see you can get stickers and magnets. It's really fun. Okay. So I have more ideas for the merch. Let's see. Oh, Sarah is here. And Monique. Nope, that's Monica. Oh my goodness. I really need to get new glasses. Monica says that's the one that the yarnists say stuff is what she was thinking about. So I have, for my yarn is organized, what I also did was I'm going to now also upload the image with the white text. So if anybody wanted to get for the items where you can choose the color of the background, which is most of the apparel items, some of the darker colors it doesn't work really well on. This one doesn't work really well on because the text is black, right? And so it kind of blends into the shirt, and like my yarn is organized is half the fun, right? And I like that you're branded. I am branding all of you, so there. It's fun. I like seeing people walking around branded as me. No. Got to get that in somewhere, right? Hopefully people will then go to my site and buy stuff, or make patterns or whatever. So I wanted to do the same thing and just switch the text to white, so that if people wanted to get a dark color shirt or whatever, the text is still there. So that I'm going to get this one uploaded in there, and maybe I'll do another set of the things where I have to give it just one background. I can always have like 3 different tote bags available with the same design, and it's the my yarn is organized tote in light blue and my yarn is organized tote light green. I just put the name of the color, the background color, in with the title, and it's fine. I can do that. It's totally kosher. Which is why also, if like Monica, if what you wanted with the yarnists say design, if you wanted a tote bag and there was a specific color you wanted, you could just give me the hex code. I would get one. I would put one up in the store like that for you, let you know you can buy it. And then if it's popular, I'll leave it up. And if nobody else wants that color, that's fine. I can take it down. It's not a big deal. All you have to do is let me know, and I got you, because it doesn't cost me anything to add the products in there. Okay. So there is that. And then here is just like an example of one of the background colors that I did, that I've just been using just to kind of see what they look like with a light background color. All right. And then here is the yarnists say. This one is already in the store, just with the black text, and then I went ahead and I made it with the white text. It doesn't have to have a black background. I used the black background so I could see the white text, just like there's a white background on the one with the black, right? If you purchased a shirt with this, it would be the black text on whatever the shirt color is behind it. So the background of these is actually transparent, but for making the designs, I put a color behind it so I can see what I'm doing, and I don't have that that light checkered background can be distracting sometimes. So I'm just using this background here. So here is, I'm going to add in the white text for the yarnists say shirt, yarnists say projects design. And then of course I'll go back right now. If you take a look at the store, my yarnists say designs, that where I have to choose a color, they're all right now that same color. So I just need to decide. I need to do maybe, decide what colors I want each of these things to be. I haven't really done a whole lot with the store. I haven't really. That's my finish. Part of my Finish it February project is coming up with getting a few more designs in here, and getting like a grand opening of my Dashery store, right? So then I came up with a few more ideas. These images here, these are the ones I said. There's one set of images that my daughter, Kyla, did not draw. They were drawn by somebody else, by a friend's daughter, Alessandra. So Alessandra made me these images like 5 or so years ago. She did them digitally, but they're her drawings. They were digitally drawn. So I wanted to do a My Crafts Are Organized image. So I couldn't not come up with, and if you guys can come up with one and let me know, I would be so happy. An FDT, that was another kind of crafty something. So that's why the FDT sign is being held by the yarn, because I still have Foundation Double Treble, which is a crochet stitch. But I did, like I said, I have My Crafts Are Organized. So I did that with the black text, and then I did it again with the white text. For some reason, I put a blue background on it, but again, the background would be transparent. So it would be whatever color the shirt or whatever it's on is. Here we go with just a lighter color background. And then I was coming up with a few more, and I have, I'm not going if I can't take my yarn. And this was one of, it might be like the first illustration my daughter did for me when I had her start doing illustrations for me. So here's this cute little, off to the beach on vacation, with her little crochet cover-up dress and crochet purse and crochet earrings. I'm not going if I can't take my yarn. Of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be crochet. It's whatever you want to think it is, because it's just, it's a drawing, and it's small enough and not detailed enough that it can be whatever you want. But so I'm not going if I can't take my yarn, and I'll probably, I'll do a repeat of that with the text in white, so that if people get it on a darker color shirt, you can still see the text. So I'll do two of those, one with the black text and one with the white text. Monique loves the one with the palm tree. Awesome. So yeah, and again, if there's some other quote you can think of that you would like to see, or something, let me know if there's other things that you've come up with that you would love to see in merch here. And then over here I have this one. This is another drawing that my daughter did for me with this, it could be knit or crochet kind of shawl that she's wearing, this her yarny shawl. And and because my daughter gave her the hands with the I love you sign, I was like, this is perfect for yarn is my love language. So I have yarn is my love language on this one. And again, I would do it with white text and with black text. I think her on a really dark, what I might end up doing when I do the white text on this one is maybe I might see about giving her a white shadow outline kind of thing, because I'm worried that her hair, I mean, the parts on her shoes aren't that um there's not a lot of it on the outside, on the outline of her. I'm just worried in a really dark shirt her hair might blend in. So I might give her like a light kind of outline on her for the one where I do the white text, so that she doesn't look headless with just like the eyes and everything. I don't want that to, you know, that would not be good. I don't know. I'll have to look and see for this one. I don't think there's any colors that this one would blend into, but with the shirts, I think there are some colors that this one would blend into that you would use if for the white text version. So I think for the white text version, I will give her like just maybe like a gray or cream. I'll try colors and see what looks good. That doesn't make that keeps all of it looking good. to give her a little outline. So I think that might be a smart move. All right, we have people loving the use of the ASL and the yarn is my love language. Then I have these two that when I stuck them next together to each other, they're just really cute, right? They're like having their little chat, because I was thinking what would be something that would be fun, because there's like there is the phone case. I was like, what would be fun for like a phone case where I could do something where like maybe the images are on top of the text. Of course, in the phone case, I can choose to have the image go vertical or horizontal, but I think most people like the vertical designs. So like I could do this and, you know, shrink them up and put them up here and then have something down here. So I could, you know, grab some text and just toss something in here. And again, I can also change the fonts for any of these. But I could do like, let's see, yarn ties us all together, you know, something cute like that. And let's make it so that it goes kind of underneath these two, and we'll increase the font a bit, you know. So like, you know, we could do a little, oops, undo. I did not mean to grab this person here. Okay, so like something like that could be a fun little what you would call it, phone, a phone case. And I do also have the of course the yarn images as well. I think they're in a different folder, but I have the yarn images that I used up here. Woo! Each of these little yarn balls are different images. So I have those as well that I could use in a design. So, you know, and that would be that. I could definitely do something that would be fun on a phone case with these. So yeah, so that's kind of some of my ideas I have so far. I would love to know if there's like certain yarny kind of themed quotes you would like to see with some sort of fun image, or, you know, what you would like. I also, you know, am capable of drawing things myself. The things that have already been drawn, of course, that they're nice to be able to use. It's a lot quicker to use something I already have that I've already had drawn for me. But I am capable of drawing myself as well. I do, you know, I do have a couple art degrees and stuff. And I was also thinking of doing some like cute, pretty charts. I wonder, I don't know if I have I don't think I have a folder with, no, I don't have a folder with just yarn charts over here. But I could do, you know, some yarn charts. I think I have actually some here somewhere where I've drawn. Here we go. Way back here, hiding on me. I'm just going to make a mess. Don't mind me. Oh my goodness, I have a lot. I have a lot of stuff hiding back here. So here, let me pop back to me. I don't want to end stream. End stream is not the right button. How about the end of the share is the right button? We don't need to share the the images anymore. So let's see. I have, and of course I can make new ones too, but this is my teacup pattern, and that's the chart for my teacup pattern. Here is a chart for a little 4-leaf clover. Let's see, what else? This is another version of the chart for the teacup pattern, okay, that I did in yellow and green. Here's a fun version of the chart for a heart. we're liking the teacup. All right, here is how to make a slip knot. It's a slip knot crochet. Here is how to start a chain. So it's got the slip knot, and now you're starting your chain. And then here you are continuing to make your chain. It's more chaining. Actually, you just go this, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, I just the order there, and this is the first one, and this is the second one. Yeah. Okay. And then this is more making of the chain. What's this? Oh, this is the start of a single crochet. Like, so I could actually put like all of the ones that go together to make a single crochet. Here's another making of the single crochet. Let's see. These are nothing really. Blah, 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 blah. And here is a star. So yeah, so there are some images that I have done, that I could always use, just to give you some ideas of things we can do. It looks like people are really liking we have a vote for the teacup. So yeah, it's like I'm gonna try to come up with some ideas of what to put for the for products for the Dashery store. So I'm always happy to hear what you guys would like to see. You know, obviously, if there's something you want to buy, if there's something that you would buy if you saw it, then I want to make it, right? And something like when we're back here at the store, you can see that there's like these pillows. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen anymore. Let me go back to that because I'm trying to show you something and you can't see it. Okay, share. Okay, so like the pillow here. Say you wanted, you know, you know, I don't know, maybe if I did a really big version of a chart of a flower, you know, something like that. If I had or the teacup, you know, maybe I do the teacup, you know, zhuzh up make a new version of the chart that is really nice and pretty, and, you know, think about the colors and everything. And you're like, that would be perfect in my, you know, in my den with my fireplace when I'm sitting and crocheting and knitting or whatever. I would love to have that on a pillow, but that color would so clash with that room. I would love it with this color in the background. Like I said, any of the ones that only come in one color, you can let me know what color you would like in the background. And you can just give me the 6-digit hex code, and I can put that in here there. I can program in that hex code to be the background color. And I can put it into the store that way. I am I have not gotten any items from them that are fabric with a hex code background, so I'm not sure how exactly that works. I'm not like I'm not sure how they get it that color, if it's the whole thing is like dyed that color, or if they just like have a color as I do not know. I should ask that question. I definitely should put that on my list of things to ask, is that question. Obviously the things that are like, you know, the magnets and the stickers where it's kind of printed out, that's super simple for them to just, you know, it's it's all the color is put on in the same way. But like with this shirt, obviously the here, let me go back to me. So here's the shirt, right? And like all of the image that's on here is like, you know, an iron-on kind of, it's not stiff or gross, or, you know, it moves nicely. Remember, I having been a child of the 80s, I remember some really bad like iron-on image kind of things or whatever. I don't know if this is iron, or it's probably, yeah, it's probably like somehow printed and ironed, I don't know. But it's secure. It's, you know, it's good quality. It's not, I'm not worried that like after 2 or 3 washes it's going to be gone. It's a really, really good quality. But the background is just the color of the fabric, right? So as far as the other, there's only a couple fabric-y things that I can only choose one color, and there's no, but I mean, like each each individual listing for that thing has to be one color. So I could list the pillow. I could have 5 different colors of the pillows. It would just have to be 5 different listings. It would be pillow lilac, and it would be the my yarn is organized pillow in green, and my yarn is organized pillow in country blue. My yarn is an organized pillow in black, you know. Um, and I would just put the hex code in as the background color when I'm putting it into the store. So we'll see. I'll ask that question of how they get the color. I don't know if the person that I talked to would know that or not. But he could probably get the answer if he doesn't. Because I'm kind of curious. I mean, I guess technology for those sorts of things has come a long way so that it's not, they can just make, I mean, I'm like, how do you get just like the one pillowcase that, one pillow, that color? My guess is they probably start off with white and somehow are able to individually dye them, but that seems like a whole lot of work for a pretty reasonable price here. So I'm not really sure. I'm super curious now. But yeah, they're all in one color. So if you wanted, like, if I make a teacup, the teacup chart, and you want the teacup chart on a pillow for your, for your den or whatever, but you really want it with like this specific shade of orange or whatever, with, because you want it to fit in your room, the color wise, send me the hex code. Tell me what product you want and the hex code of it. And the non-wearables I can basically do with any of the color backgrounds I want. I think socks as well. Socks and the rest and the non-wearables are just a one color thing. But you can always ask. Usually if, like, when you click on the item here, let me go back to here again. Gotta hit the share button. Okay, so usually when you click on the item, if it gives you a choice of colors, then that means those are the only colors available. And those are the exact and only colors available. Whereas if you click on an item, okay, and there is not a color choice, like this has obviously choices for what phone you have, which is really nifty. But it doesn't have different color choices. Slim and protective. Ooh, I like that. So you could, I have no idea what like kind of phones people have right now. I can barely ever remember what kind of phone I have. But yeah, so you can choose your phone. Oh, see, and it's a good thing to look at it because, see, this one, it kind of cuts into the design a little bit, which depending on what the design is, may or may not matter. So you definitely want to, if you're doing this, make sure you really look at it. But the point here, what I was trying to make before I noticed that is, there's not a choice for color. That means that I have to set the color with a hex code. So if you find something where there's not a color choice, and you don't like the color background, let me know. Give me the hex code. We'll make it work. So all products. So you can see you can narrow down specifically what kind of things you want to look for. I love the magnets. They're so fun, right? Look at this. How cute. What is this? Oh, it shows it on the fridge. Magnets, how do they work? Support indie art. Milk, eggs, ice cream, New York. QPRTYE. That's very cute. And you can choose, so there's 2 different sizes. Is it different? Is it a different size on the thing? Like, did they? Yeah, they do. They actually show it in the 2 different sizes. That's really cute. I love it. That's awesome. So there's different sizes. And I'm curious why it says 4 by 2 1/4. That must be like the max sizes for the image. But this is a circle, so like it's the same all around. I don't know. Yeah. So again, if you really wanted the magnet, if the decoration in your kitchen is all red, so you want my yarn is organized, but you want it with the white text on on a red background, you can again send me the hex code. You send me an email or whatever. Jessie, Jessie @ jessie@home.com. Send me an email, contact me, however, and let me know. I would love the My Yarn is Organized magnet with the white text on a red background with this color red, and give me the hex code. So, yeah. There we go. I think that's about it as far as the shop goes. Let me, again, stop sharing, not end stream. Um, let's see. Trying to get back here. I love that I don't want to say it because then I'll jinx myself, but that, the internet's behaving today. So yeah, let me know again if there's things you want. And are any of you guys working on any of your Finish It February? Do you have anything you're finishing for Finish It February? I would love to know. I am going to randomly choose somebody from the comments section, and they will get a free pattern of their choice. So if you are here and not commenting, go ahead and say something so that you can be entered to win a free Jessie at Home pattern of your choice. And we can get that to you. It can be knit or crochet. Yeah. I don't know how much longer I'm going to go today because, as I said when I got on here, I woke up with a nasty headache. So sorry. Look, just talking about it makes me like want to go take a nap. We do have our sit and stitch on Zoom today. I'm going to go ahead and just remind you how you find all that information since I've been sharing my screen anyway. So we'll do that real quick and then we'll probably get going. All right, so this is jessieathome.com, right? And then here is the navigation menu. If you're on a cell phone, then there is probably a hamburger menu, which are those three lines that are usually on the top left corner, those three vertical lines on the top left corner. Sorry, that would be horizontal. Those three horizontal lines on the top left corner, and you click on them and it drops down the menu. Monica has crocheted all the parts to the unicorn she's making for her granddaughter, the glow in the dark unicorn she's making for her granddaughter. She still has to put them all together. Awesome. That's good progress since we talked last time. All right, so you click on events on that navigation menu and it brings you to the calendar. All right, and so you can see what is today. Today is the 11th, and you can see this is us right now. And then here is the afternoon live virtual sit and stitch with Jessie, so that we run those on Zoom. If you click on it, it will bring up the listing. You can register here. So if you click here, it'll just take your email. And then that way you'll get the link and you'll get the little reminders and you can add things to your calendar if you want. Or if you just want to pop into here right when you're ready to go to the meeting, you can just pop in here and scroll down where it says website. That is the link directly to join. So if you click on this right now, it would be useless because we haven't started yet, right? So it would be like, this meeting has not started yet, or whatever it is that it says when you're early, and like really early, like an hour and a half early. All right. So, but if you didn't want to, get the reminders or have it added to your calendar or whatever, if you just want to like, I'm going to go now, right? You just open it up from the calendar and scroll down to where it says the website. That's the direct link that'll take you straight to the meeting. If it's started already, it'll pop you right in. If it hasn't started already, it'll say that you're early. Hasn't started yet. All right. And if it's over, I think it tells you it's over. I'm really not sure. I don't remember. So yeah, so you can go ahead, if you're planning on going and you just want to get everything early, go ahead and click the register here or click the add the calendar or both, or just pop in when you're ready to go because it's really easy to find on the events section of the Jessie at Home website. And it is today 2 to 4 Eastern. All times are Eastern. I have it written somewhere that all times are Eastern, but I'm looking at this now and thinking that I should put that note somewhere, because this is auto, like this February 11th at 2 to 4 p.m., 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Like it has like the choose the date, choose the time, and whatever. So I can't alter the text here, but I could put a little note that says in this part I choose the text, so I can put a little note that says please note all times are Eastern or whatever. But just so you know, all times are Eastern. And it doesn't even say down here. I wish it would. I'll have to see if there's a an option on the app that that will make it tell you the time zone, because even down here where it fills in all the information, it doesn't tell you that it's Eastern time zone. And I want to make sure you know, people who aren't coming to these meetings will know that. But that means that we have a little, it's 12:40 right now. So in like an hour and 20 minutes will be the Zoom sit and stitch. All are welcome. You don't have to be knitting or crocheting. You can be doing any craft. You don't even have to be crafting if you just want to go and like see what other people are doing and have people to hang out with and chat with and everything. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing here. And I think I am going to go here. Let me just kind of, all right, so I'm going to, I was going to say somebody say stop, but it does no good for somebody to say stop because now my eyes are closed and I can't hear you. All right, so did I actually stop on somebody? Where's my map? I'm not even close to the screen. Let me get back on the screen again. Let me just, all right, trying to stay on the screen. Am I there? Am I there? Am I there? Where's my mouse? Give it a little jiggle. Okay, if I just slide it, it's on the next screen. So I'm just going to slide it directly over to this screen. And that is going to have me on. I absolutely love the one with the palm tree. That is Monique. All right. Woohoo, Monique. Yay. All right. So Monique, you can have a pattern of your choice. I know, Monique, that you have my email address. So because you have emailed me in the past and we're also friends on Facebook. So you know how to contact me and let me know when you decide what pattern you would like. I've just started keeping a little written checklist of people who have won free patterns, their name and whatever contact info I use for them, and then once you choose one, I mark it off because I know that sometimes you guys like take a little time to decide what you want, and you know it's not like it. I'm not making them expire or anything. I might occasionally remind you, but they're not going to expire. So if it takes you a little while to decide what you want, let me know. And of course, if you're somebody who already has like all of my patterns because you're just that cool, if you win a pattern, you're always welcome to gift it to somebody else. Just let me know who, and you know, whatever whatever place you want to give it to them through. If you want to do Ravelry, Etsy, what my website Shopify store, you let me know what place you want to deliver it from, and then I'll be able to tell you what information I need in order to do that. But usually if you just give me their even just their first name and their email, I can make it work with that much information. And then of course Ravelry or Etsy or Jessie at Home, whatever floats your boat. We have, Monica has pointed out that yes, if you register for the sit and stitches, or if you add them to your calendar, then it transfers it over into your time zone. Okay, so she says when she adds it to her calendar, it automatically converts it to her time zone. So that is good to know. That is a good reason to either register or add it to your calendar or both, because it'll convert it to your time zone. But again, you know, most people are pretty good at converting things from the Eastern time zone because New York City, there's so much that happens in the Eastern time zone that most people can convert from that one. Sarah says yay for Monique, and Monique is very excited and says thank you. All right. I really enjoy chatting with you guys, and I would love to stay, but I think I need to lay down for a little bit before the the sit and stitch, I might take another ibuprofen and see if I can get this headache to chill a bit before the sit and stitch. All right. So you guys are absolutely wonderful. I adore you. Thank you so much. And um, oh, Monica, you asked me if I had any other logos to choose from. I'll ask you later when you're talking about logos if you mean like the designs, like what I had gone through. This was early. This was like the third or fourth comment, so it might have been the designs that we were talking about before, um, or if you meant like changing the way it says Jessie@home.com. But yes, at any point in time, please feel free to reach out to me if you have ideas or suggestions or requests for the Dashery store or anything else, designs that you want to see, tutorials, whatever. Um, it's always my goal to make the content that you guys want, because what's the point if I don't make you guys things that you want, right? Like, I'd like to be able to pay my mortgage and stuff, and nobody's going to buy a pattern or go to my website where it's ad supported and read the pattern there and so the advertisers can pay me and that sort of stuff. Nobody's going to do any of that if I'm not making you guys things that you want. So feel free to tell me. Sometimes it goes on a list, sometimes it happens really quickly. It all depends on time and everything like that. All right, guys. I'm going to go and see if I can kick this headache's butt before we start our sit and stitch. So thank you for joining. And now I do want to hit the end stream button, not the stop sharing button. All right. Monica was thinking of the shit one. Oh my gosh, Monica, I love you dearly. Oh, because then later you said, yes, that's the one you were thinking about. You are just the best. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. Hopefully I'll see you over on the sit and stitch later on in like an hour and a little bit. All right. Bye-bye.